What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my very hand movementy co-host, Josh. What's up, Josh?
Feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. I am ready to win. I want a pole perception victory today. And let's see if the shot glass gets broken out. Let's see what happens.
I think it's been a minute since you've had a pole perception victory, Josh. It's
been a minute.
It's due. It's coming, guys. Also joining us today from the Front Yard team, filling in for our now, I think, Hawaiian local co-host, JL. Joey, what's up? Glad to have you here again, my man.
Yeah, he is a local. I got the grass skirt and coconut bra picture from him this morning. So, yeah, he's a local now. I'm the new third guy for FYF. So, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we're so happy to have you here, Joey. Thank you for announcing that.
I love
we were
JL
wait for the surprise announcement until JL was at least in the chat, but it's been announced, everyone. It's official. Guys,
stay in Hawaii,
also
JL.
joining us. Also joining us, we've got a very special guest with us today. Nate Markham is joining the show. You can find Nate on Twitter at Nate Markham. It's right there below his handsome face on the screen, so make sure you guys go follow him over there. For those of you that do not know Nate, he is the host of the Shoot the Gap podcast and the Fourth and Frames podcast over with Fantasy and Frames, and he is a top 5 IDP expert ranker over on Fantasy Pros. We always love to highlight the IDP guys that come on. Nate, thank you so much for joining us today, my man.
Guys, thanks for having me. Even more amazing that you told me off screen that if I win, I get to take Joey's spot and he gets to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks.
It is true.
Sounds like an impressive trade-off for both of us.
It seems fair. We're happy to have you, Nate. I hope you win because I'm ready for you to be part of our team. You know,
I'm ready for
dreaming
Joey.
every day. Let's go.
I'm ready to go to Hawaii, honestly.
On Simon's dime,
It's a
too.
win-win-win.
So generous.
Let's go. We're all happy.
And if you all tie, then I go to Hawaii. So I may be rigging this game today. We got Dave in the chat saying 27 minutes early comments of Team Simon always and forever.
I think Dave is your biggest
today,
fan,
though.
Simon.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
I'm Dave. I'm Dave's biggest fan. We're a duo right here. We got Davis in the chat. Pangs Picks, Waka Waka. What's up? And glad to have you here. And Dustin said all donations today should go to Josh to buy a new bottle of something since we make him do so many shots. So now they're trying to figure out what would we buy him. My God says Everclear.
No.
Dustin says maybe some top shelf tequila or straight backcountry moonshine.
Honestly, I'm all about. I would love to have some straight backcountry moonshine. It's usually pretty tasty, and it definitely gets you feeling good.
I was going to say, I don't know.
I think you've had straight backcountry moonshine.
I've had it all the time.
You've had CVS moonshine where they put banana cream in it. And
yeah, not like Gatlin. If your moonshine
drinking?
Comes in like a jar that says like Gatlinburg Smoky Mountain Moonshine, then it's not real moonshine. Then it's just someone put like
moonshine
some
in
Burnett's
a jar,
vodka in a mason jar and
unlabeled.
sold it to you.
I don't even know where it came from. It was pretty tasty.
If I can't smell the barnyard animals in my moonshine, I don't want to drink it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to be picking the horse shit out from between your teeth whenever you're drinking moonshine.
It's not in proof. It's 20% crow or 15% farm animal.
Exactly.
Eagle Rare, by the way, is what that is.
Scott, what's up? Welcome in. Scott said, hey, y'all, Joey's Scott Fishbowl team is really good. It is pretty good from what we've seen so far. Mr. Scamper is our favorite chat cat. Welcome in.
Thank
And
you,
Kaysen, what's up? Kaysen, the MVP of the last pub trivia night we did back in the chat. Dustin's on Team Joey today. Oh, look at that. Dustin was on Team Joey yesterday, doubling up. And we got
starting to get a following, guys. I'm starting to get a following
on Nate's team. Dame, what's up? Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
Yay.
And Dave said, I'd buy an FYF Simon jersey. We got to get some jerseys going on. That would be pretty cool if we made FYF jerseys right there. Guys, before we get started, we do have a question in here from Nick DeGraw. Yeah. He wants to know, what's the earliest you would take Kamara this year? So for redraft, Nate, we'll come to you first. What's the earliest you're willing to draft Alvin Kamara this year? Does it depend on team build or league type?
I mean, it always depends on team build, But I mean, as far as round wise, I think I've seen that 6th round kind of plus or minus is the hot spot. Obviously, the more we find out, the faster that will rise. But I would feel much more comfortable if I have one of the top 4 or 5 running backs before I make him as my number 2. But if I'm taking that Saquon Kamara build that the balls to the wall, it scares me too much. I don't want to start off with someone that risky to have him as my number 2. What about you guys?
Yeah. So
Joey,
for me personally, there's kind of just like a tier of running back I'm looking for. I'm going to draft the, Saquon Barkley's, Ezekiel is, even Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall's, J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne's, and Antonio Gibson over top of Kamara at this point, because we just don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't even get a suspension. If that's the case, he's a top tier fantasy running back for me. He's easily a top 10 running back. So he has that upside built in, and he might not even get suspended. It might be pushed back to next year. But if he gets suspended, he's going to definitely fall down these ranks, and I'd rather have the locked-in fantasy starters over him, and it probably puts him around the 6th round, like you said, Dave.
Yeah, I'm just about with you guys. I will say in a format like Scott Fishbowl, I'm more willing to take a shot on a guy like Kamara. That Saquon Kamara build is a little bit more appealing to me when you're competing against thousands of other people instead of just 8 to 11 other people. So I agree with everything you said. Maybe more willing to do it in a big tournament format. Grab him maybe a round earlier, 5th rounder. So we've got Albert in the chat. Good afternoon. What's up, Albert? Glad to have you here. Mr. Scamper's agreeing with us, saying moonshine should have chunks in it. And then Charlie Schmitz. Is this my cousin, Charlie Schmitz, who has never once popped in here? If it is, Charlie, I don't know how you found me, but welcome in. Glad to have you here, bud. And we got Come Here Now in the chat. Welcome in. Glad to have you guys. Today, we are playing poll perception like we mentioned. A couple things to go over before we do that. Number one, if you are not already following our friend Nate, go and fix that right now. Not only is he a great follow in fantasy in general, but if you're looking for some IDP advice, we tell you over and over again, people come in with IDP questions. We're not the experts. We can't really help you with that. Nate can, so make sure you're over there following him at Nate Markham. After you do that, if you're on this video, that means you're likely already on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that like button to show your support for what we're doing over here. And hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss another one of these again. Nate, I have a very important question for you before we get started with this game. Mm-hmm. Would you like to go first, second, or third? The order of the polls is already determined. So this does matter. This will determine what you're doing.
I want to go second.
Nate wants to go second, and it looks like
I always get giggly when this happens.
I don't know what's going on, but it appears as though
Simon, we love seeing your face, but get it out of here.
No, I was trying to get Scott as the solo layout right there.
What's up, Scott?
There's Scott. Hey,
What's going on, guys?
Scott, your beard is raging. It looks great.
Oh, yeah, I think it's sun-kissed right now.
It looks a little bit redder than normal.
There's a wasp. That's good. I wanted to come on because JL gave me the good news earlier that I'll be the 3rd official co-host for the show going forward.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nice.
Joey, it was a good run we had with you, but Scott, we're happy to have you. Nate, it was fun, considering you for a little while. But
right, exactly.
It was a great run we had with Joey, but now it's just I'm just messing. I did that just to see Joey's face down at the bottom whenever I actually pulled it from the screen.
Listen, if I had God.
Scott, how are things going with Scott Fishbowl so far? I know we've been talking about it on stream nonstop. Any fun stories, anything crazy, anything you need help with?
No, things are good. It's one of the smoothest years I've ever had. I think it's because I delegated more responsibility to others this year than I ever have before. So it's not bad. We put out almost every fire. I think we're good to go.
It was letting Ian run half the leagues, right?
That are going to be absolutely insane. There will be NFL player appearances either by Zoom or in person at 3 of the 4 locations this weekend, which is pretty crazy.
Let's go.
So,
that is pretty awesome. I've been getting jealous of all the people live drafting. I got to do it next year. Is this something you're thinking about continuing the live drafts, or was this just a one-year thing with the theme?
Yeah, I mean, as hard and difficult as putting 11 live events on in different cities around the country is, we gotta make it more. I just got to find more people to help me, and because it's worth it. It's worth getting people together out there.
So. Absolutely.
And I'll help.
That would be so much fun. That would be so much fun to be a part of one of those next year. Scott, are you gonna play with us today? Play some poll perception with us?
I am not. I have to go get my son in a little bit. He's on the clock in his SFB draft. By the way, he this morning he told me, "I don't think this is going to be your year, Dad." After looking at my team, I was not pleased with that comment. But
does his team look good?
His team is really good.
All
yeah,
right.
His team is the people in that league are pretty impressed with it. It's pretty
All
good.
Well,
No, I'm
gotta
not
check it
going to
out.
play. I'll let you guys go. I guess if I have one last thing to say is the SFB satellites are on Underdog this year. So go to Underdog and
I
sign
saw
up for one
that.
of those. Yeah,
That's so
it's right
cool.
in the lobby. Yeah, it's basically you're just making a $5 donation to the JJ Watt Foundation. That's what you're doing. It's just a nice, and then you get to do a draft and you can win your way into SFB 13. It's pretty nice and simple. It's awesome that they were they reached out like that. We're very happy with it. Both sides are. So
I believe it.
yeah, I'll let you guys go. You got a long show to do, and I've already taken up too much time.
Well, no, Scott,
No, you're
it's
good.
always a pleasure for you to come on and take up as much time as you want. And seriously, thank you so much for everything you've done with Scott Fishbowl. The entire
Yeah, of
community always comes together around this. And everybody make sure as we're going through this draft and we keep talking about it, that we're remembering what this is about and why we're doing this. It's not just about you grabbing Antonio Gibson in the 10th round and bragging about it. We're raising money for good things, good causes.
You got him in
so
the
make sure-
10th?
No, I just saw a
Okay,
tweet
I
about
know. I'm messing around.
maybe every time you grab a pick like that, maybe go donate $5.
Did you say
Remember the
Antonio
spirit of this
Gibson?
event. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I got him at 9-12, and I'm like, I just got to take him here. I got to take him. I took him
Wait,
on
did you
that. I think I took him and Thielen on that corner, and I'm like, at this point, I just got to take these two. Like it's
just
too
went
deep.
in the
Not
7th in my
Well, then,
in
if
my
that's what
draft.
you're doing, don't let Ian look at my team, Scott. I do not want to hear his feedback.
I made
If
the
that's
Ian
what he has
Fish
to say
pick
about
the
yours.
other night. I sent you a message about it when I took KJ Osborne.
All right.
Ooh, nice,
I love it.
nice.
Oh,
I
and you're
like
getting
that.
all these people in the chat. Scott, I'll have to send you all these. I'm down to host the Madison, Wisconsin draft. Scott wants to help. People are ready to go. Excited for
Yep.
next season.
Nice.
I haven't even drafted yet. I mean, mine's Sunday. This is
Hey,
like
which-
the worst. It is
which
the
one's
best
yours,
of
Nate?
thing, for the St. Louis one.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty fun.
yeah, except for it's like being in recovery, watching everybody else go to the best party in the world, and you have to sit back and not have a drink or not whatever vice it may be, and just watching and just waiting, and it's fun regardless.
But you know your time is coming in the back
Oh,
of your
yeah.
head.
Are
You
you
know
going to
it's coming.
go to the St. Louis one, or are you doing it online? Because I know that one's like half and half.
I'm there. I'll be there with
Awesome.
You're there. Good.
Yeah, I'm
good.
10 minutes away from his place.
Nice. Very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Whew, man, I'm jealous. I didn't realize you were live drafting, Nate. I'm gonna have to get in on one of those next year.
They're
We're gonna
fun.
have to make that happen. And Joey already did his live
Yeah.
draft. Man, there's more. Scott, and you did a live draft as well. There's more live drafters on here than non-live drafters,
Yeah.
which is pretty sick. That's pretty sweet.
My live
that
draft
there's,
was insane. I'm going to tell you a quick story from my live draft. I'm out we're doing 2 drafts and then 2 drafts. In between the 2 drafts, I'm getting beer and I'm getting me and Ian food. And I'm like, I should get in there and start this next draft. I walk in there and it's already halfway through the first. Ian is up there and I'm like, and there everyone's like, no, he got up, he gave a speech, he started the draft, he's been announcing he's got it. You can go. And I'm like, and on the way home, he's like, I really like drafting, but commissioning is really fun. And I'm like,
oh my
no.
god, you're
Oh,
making
no.
a monster, a future commissioner monster. That takes
I
a
know.
special person.
It's
to prefer
needed.
commissioning.
It's
That's
needed. It's
awesome.
needed.
He's a Kevin Murray, Scott Fish hybrid, super
There
fantasy.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah. right?
I can't. I don't love commissioning
The
myself
fantasy
very much.
world's
I
not
love it.
ready for a KJM Scottfish hybrid to be released into the world.
All right, guys, you get on to the show. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks-
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much for
safe,
jumping
Scott.
on,
Yep.
Scott.
Watch out for that wasp.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. See ya.
We'll see you next month.
See you, Scott.
All right.
Guys, on that
I miss
note,
him.
we are going to jump into some poll perception today. This is our game that tests your knowledge of the public's perception of fantasy football. Nate, I asked you that question right before we jumped in. First, second, or third. So which spot do you want to go in? Second?
Second, please.
Second. Josh, I'm going to go to Joey to ask him where he wants to go. Joey, would you like to
Okay.
go first or third?
Thanks for letting me know first, though.
You're welcome. How about communication here?
I will be going third.
Okay, and so Josh, that
You don't
means
even
you
have to
can go
move it
first,
around.
or you
Let's
can
go.
quit and not
Yeah.
play. Up
I'm
to
gonna
you.
play.
You might
Okay,
as well just
actually-
quit at this point, Josh. Honestly.
No, I'll play. I want to get drunk. Hey, chat. Guess in the chat because I want to take some shots today. I'm feeling it. I came prepared. I got my shot glass. I got my tequila. Let's go.
What kind of tequila is that, Josh?
This is Altos tequila. I actually pretty much every time I get a new bottle of tequila when I grab one. I've had Altos before. It's solid. It's solid.
I was going to say the shape looks like Hornitos, but the color was all wrong. It doesn't quite look like the right thing. Guys, this is the game of poll perception. It tests your knowledge of the public's perception of fantasy football and NFL players, teams, stats, just different things within the fantasy football landscape. Before the show started, I found 7 of the juiciest, crispest, nicest polls online for you guys to guess on today. I'm going to propose one of those polls to one of our contestants. Josh, I may ask you, what percentage of people chose side A over side B in this poll? You're going to give me a percentage.
45%.
45%. You're always going to be guessing on side A. So it'll always be side A. Josh, that answer that you gave me is now going to be the line for that round. Your other 2 contestants will be responsible for guessing whether the actual percentage of people that chose side A is over or under the line that you set. Now, after everyone's guessed, the closer you are to the actual number, Josh, the more points you would get. 10 if you are exactly right, 1 if you're 15 points away. It is 0 outside of that range, and it scales up within it. Nate and Joey, if you guys correctly predict the over-under, we will add 2 points to your score. We'll go like this through 6 polls with a little rule twist added in the second round that I'll explain when we get there. But then on the 7th and final poll, everyone is guessing a number. No more over-under at this point. Whoever's the closest on that final poll with all of you guessing a number will get 5 points, unless you hit it exactly right, at which point you will get 10. The person with the most points at the end of that 7th and final round is our poll perception champion. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. We got Cal in the chat. What's up, Cal? Glad to have you in here. And Peng said a little late. Sorry, friends. That's okay. You came in early, too. I saw a comment from you way back there. And we got the IDP Army. What's up? Not a sponsor. I mean, but you can if you want to be. And then we got Dave in the chat. Pristine polls on deck. Well, we'll see. Josh, you're muted, and your first poll's about to come up.
You're going to love them, Dave. Simon put them together. That's all I'll say.
Josh, here's your first poll.
Real fast. Kaysen said, what are your thoughts on Trace, the freaking goat McSorley? I hated when the Ravens drafted that guy. He sucks, all right? Get him out of here.
Also,
I had thoughts.
I put this in here. IDP Army said, Team Nate, right as Scott jumped in here and said, let's go. DM me. Love you guys. Go Team Nate in there. Okay, Josh, here's your first poll. Dynasty, 12-team Superflex PPR.
Okay.
Side A is Javonte Williams. Side B is Cooper Kupp. So Superflex doesn't really matter here. What percentage of people chose Javonte Williams in this poll?
This is gross. My initial thought is it's going to be pretty close to 50-50. Javonte Williams, he's the young running back that obviously is immensely talented, but he's going to have Melvin Gordon there this year that's going to be taking away quite a few snaps and attempts, in my opinion, and a lot of production. So I do lower him because of that. I know that's really what we're just looking at next season because Melvin Gordon just signed a 1-year contract. But I love Javonte's talent. However, Cooper Kupp, just had the best fantasy season ever for a wide receiver last year. I know he's a little bit older. This is a dynasty league. I think it's going to be relatively close to 50-50. Like I keep saying, I really can't even decide which side I want to go on. And just because Javante's young, maybe his side, I could see people, but like maybe people are just scrolling through Twitter and they see Cooper Kupp. They're like, oh, it's Cooper Kupp over Javonte. I think I'm going to lean Javonte. I'll say 54% of people chose side A, Javonte Williams.
54% from Josh. Nate, do you think the actual percentage of people that chose Javonte Williams over Cooper Kupp in this poll is over or under Josh's guess of 54%?
I think it's under. I think I think you hit the nail on the head with one thing that didn't divert your focus, Josh, is that most people scrolling are most people. They're not intelligent gentlemen like you three, where they would read this, look.
You give me too much credit, Nate.
And I think the recency bias alone, bam, just hot press Cooper Kupp. So I'm going to say under 54%.
We got an under from Nate right there. Joey, are you going to go with under like Nate, or are you taking the over on Josh's guess of 54%?
So the number I had in my head was 38 for Javonte. Yeah, even though Javonte's younger, shelf life for running back is a little bit shorter. So I think that's why it slides a little more to Cooper Kupp, even though Cooper Kupp, he's not a spring chicken, but he's still got years left. So yeah, I think it's under.
We got double unders from your competitors, Josh, and we had a bunch of guesses in the chat. IDP Army saying, "Oh snap, this is tough." 47% from Dave, 37 from Scampers, 52 from Albert, 58 from IDP Army, 52 from Scott, 63 from Dustin, 65 from Alex, 36 from Come Here Now, 41 from Dame, 10% from Taxi Impound, and J-Wall with 32% on that one. And also,
J-Wall saying 32%. No, I just know
Taxi Impound in here with a question saying, "I have a question for the FYF." Ask it. You don't even have to tell us you have a question.
Yeah.
You can just tell us the question straight away, and we'll probably answer it, unless it's terrible, and then we won't. Guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Javonte Williams over Cooper Kupp in this poll, based on 782 votes, was 57%. Josh, that almost could not have gone better for you in the first round.
Wow.
I was doubting myself, guys. I was really doubting myself after hearing you guys talk.
Really?
Great points. And it's Cooper Kupp. It's Cooper freaking Kupp. He's awesome. I probably would have Cooper Kupp slightly ranked higher in my dynasty rankings, but they'd be neck and neck. That's why I was like 50% seems right. But
did that surprise you guys? Joey, you seem quite surprised by that.
Yeah, no, not even. I'm surprised that it was that high in the 50s, because I don't disagree with Josh being 50-50. But for it to be in the high 50s, like, man, that's okay. Okay, public. That's what you voted on.
When you said 38, that was exactly the number that was in my head, thinking every point that was made. And 20 percentage points higher than that is a little
Good
shocking.
job, Josh.
Here we go. Already down.
I just know, like, you talk about Cooper Kupp hype, but Javonte Williams has more hype, in my opinion, especially on Twitter and everything. People love Javonte Williams. He's a young and he's great. I'm not saying the hype isn't necessarily deserved. I'm a little bit nervous about Melvin Gordon this upcoming season, but for Dynasty, he's a young, great running back. So I get why people are clicking on his name.
People love Javonte Williams in Dynasty, and people hate aging wide receivers, even if their name is Cooper. Like, Cooper Kupp is getting the benefit of that season he came off of last year. If he drops to like a wide receiver 17 this year or something, you know what I mean? Like a good season, he's not going to. I'm not saying that he's going to. Like, an injury happens. Like I said, if, Joey, do not jump down my throat. If he has an average season, all of a sudden his value is going to completely tank because of his age, like off a cliff. And that's just going to be, even if it's out of his control, what happens here. I don't see it happening. So I actually was surprised this wasn't higher on the Javonte side, given those things. But I get going on the other side. You guys make convincing
and
arguments
Javonte could have like the same season he had last year, which wasn't necessarily a great fantasy season. And people next year and be like, "Oh, no more Melvin Gordon. This is his year, Javonte Williams season." So like, his dynasty value probably, I can't really see it going down next year.
No, and I can't see Cooper Kupp's going up, right? Either. Like,
his
tough. Value, that would be tough to go up.
If he has the same exact season as last year, then maybe people are like, "Oh, well, this is it."
Maybe we start talking about it at that point. Also, I wanted to shout out IDP Army 58 Javonte. Nice job on that one. So close. And also said, you guys are giving me flashbacks to one of my worst dynasty trades ever.
Who was
now. Oh yeah, I think we've all had some pretty bad
I've got one in my
and...
mind. It's a league Simon and I were in. I traded
was it the Derrick Henry one?
It's the Derrick Henry one.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
But I also traded a 3rd round pick for Derrick Henry like a week before that.
So you got a great deal for him, and then you traded him for
I didn't want him. But
who was it? It was a Ravens wide receiver, right?
That I got? No, I traded Willie Snead and a 3rd round pick for Derrick Henry.
Okay, that's what it was. I knew Willie Snead was involved in there somewhere. I couldn't remember where.
And then I flipped Derrick Henry again, and it looked bad. It looked bad. Guys, we are going to move on to our next poll. Nate, are you ready? This is your first poll of the game. Okay, Dynasty, half PPR. Side A is Deontay Johnson. Side B is CeeDee Lamb. What percentage of people chose Deontay Johnson in this poll?
All right. I got to think when looking, I mean, I don't have him too terribly far separated. Obviously, I have Dak and Pickett pretty far separated. So I'm going to lean that it's obvious. I'm going to say the CD side. So Deontay Johnson, I'm going to guess 34%.
34% on the Deontay Johnson side. Joey. Do you think the actual answer is over or under Nate's guess of 34%?
I think it's under. It's the two biggest fan bases in football, and we all know that I give 3% to each team. But I think it's CeeDee Lamb. I would much rather have him in Dynasty. Deontay Johnson had a ton of receptions last year. It's half-point PPR. Yeah, it's CeeDee Lamb for me. I think it's under 34.
Under 34. You got one under. Josh, where are you going here?
Yeah, I mean, the way you were talking at first, Nate, I was like, oh, is he going to go pretty close to 50% on this and make it a little bit easier for me? Because I'm definitely on the CeeDee Lamb side, but you went 34%, which I think is pretty fair. I do put these guys in different tiers personally. I think Deontay Johnson is super talented, but you said it, Dak Prescott versus Kenny Pickett or, whatever they have Trubisky starting this year, maybe. I'd much rather have CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to take the under as well.
We've got double unders from our competitors here so far. All of the guesses have been on the same side through 2 polls. We have some guesses from the chat. Before we do that, IDP Army saying basically gave Cup away for free last summer, and Dave saying I traded Cup and a second for Deontay Johnson before
that's
last
relevant.
season. It is relevant. Now we're talking about Deontay Johnson. Scott in here with 36%. Come here now with 25. Mr. Scampers with 8. IDP saying 32. J Wall saying 16. Dave with 37. Marty with 42%. What's up, Marty? John in here with 36%. Dame with 24. Albert with 27. And IDP Army saying CD is a dog and Dak is a dog. Wheels up. I know Joey and I are high on CD this year. That is absolutely true right there. Dustin with 35%, and then we've got 32 from Pablux as well.
Right around your guess there, Nate. They're bouncing around it.
So the key to this also is I try to get a number. I need to be within 15 for my bonus points, but I want to be far enough away that it makes you guys force the issue where it could be close. And I don't know that strategy yet, but I'm hopefully working towards it because I see a 5-0-0 score right now, and I don't like it.
I'm feeling I like it.
Let's find out what's going on right here. The actual percentage of people that chose Deontay Johnson over CeeDee Lamb in this poll was 11%. I'm sorry, Nate. You were a little bit outside of that range to get points. Under.
In the chat, I feel like I'm beating the chat because they're not getting it right on, so I don't have to take a shot. Even though I would take one. I don't really want to take 2. Let's put it
there
that
we
way.
go.
11.
So I want one person to get it spot on.
It was
11%.
super low. It was super low, but then whenever you think about it, like I also was shocked when I saw 11%. But are any of you taking Deontay over CD in Dynasty? No, right?
No,
so like even though maybe they look kind of closer when you're looking at your Dynasty rankings, there's a clear divide between them
I'm
two and
clicking
how
on
people
CD
value
Lamb
them.
here. Yeah, I'm clicking on CeeDee Lamb if I see this poll.
I am too, and nothing's happening. Why is that?
What?
I keep clicking on his
Are you
name
clicking right here?
Yeah.
Right here? It's not. It doesn't work for me. Actually, it did. It made you guys a lot bigger. I hope you in this. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Nate, so unfortunately, you are outside of the 15 percentage point range in that one. But I like the strategy you're going for. I like the strategy, but you know what? You've dug a little hole, but all that means is you get the joy of mounting a comeback in the second half of this game. It's my favorite part about poll perception. Usually when I do it, though. Joey, it is 7-0 to 2 to start this game out. You've got 2 points. Are you ready for your first poll?
I'm ready.
And Scott said it's all of us against Josh. And Dustin said the Josh laying down. I thought it was the Josh laying down challenge, not Josh laying down the challenge. And I thought they were saying let's make Josh do so many shots that he has to lay down, and that's the Josh laying down.
That's
challenge.
actually pretty funny.
Okay, Joey, here is your first poll. It is Dynasty. That's all the context you're given. Side A, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Side B, Keenan Allen. What percentage of people chose Amon-Ra St. Brown in this poll?
Second year wide receiver versus old man Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's like 29? Amon-Ra St. Brown's like 14
I don't want to tell you,
old.
but
I know. I think it's 29. I feel pretty confident in that. Okay, so yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown I think is going to win this because it is Dynasty. I'm not a huge Amon-Ra St. Brown fan, but I'm going to say 61%.
61%.
I want to go a little higher. Can I go a little higher?
Yeah, of course. You can do whatever you want.
65%.
65% from Joey.
Yeah.
Joshua, do you think the actual percentage is over or under Mr. Joseph's guess of 65% on the
Could be
Amon-Ra St.
wrong
Brown
here,
side?
Joey. I think Keenan Allen either just turned 30 or will be 30 this NFL season. So I think he's hit that 30 age, which is even more towards your point a little bit. I just think that we're going to have a little bit of what I discussed with the Cooper Kupp effect and Javonte Williams here, where, well, I mean, the hype is, it's kind of very similar. I think this is going to be closer to 50-50, though.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. I think we got the guy that is the common household name a little bit more with Keenan Allen, a.k.a. Cooper Kupp. People just trust him. I know he's a little bit older, and this is a dynasty league, but now Amon-Ra St. Brown's kind of like Javonte Williams. He's got the hype. I think it's going to be closer to 50%. I'll take the under.
Okay.
The under from Josh. Nate, what are you going to do here? Over or under Joey's guess of 65?
I'm going to take the under as well. As you know, pre-draft, this would have been a different ballgame because I think the addition of Jameson Williams, for me, what I've seen at least, has suppressed a lot of the Amon-Ra St. Brown hype where they felt like he was kind of insulated by not having many other options besides Hawk and maybe Swift. So I'm going to take the under as well. And Josh is winning, so maybe I should take the opposite to try to go for bonus points, but I don't. Yeah. I need points. Got to break the snide. So
you got to get some points. Yeah, exactly.
Just break that seal, and then they're going to start flowing. It's going to be points for days. Exactly. Guys, we got some guesses in the chat. Pangs Pick said, I have to support Josh. We're lamp twins, and everyone knows you automatically have to support everything that everybody who has the same lamp as you says. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a law of nature. Exactly. We got Dave in the chat with 47. J-Wall said brutal poll, 42%. Mr. Scamper said 69. Want to fight? Yeah, I do. Come here now with 57. Davis with 35. Scott with 58. Pablux with 43. Marty said 69%. Shot o'clock, Josh. Nice. Dame said 55%. Albert with 54. Pete with 42. IDP Army with 69. We got Dustin with 58. Okay.
I don't know.
To find out the actual answer. Josh, what do you think? Do you think you're doing a shot this time? What's your guess?
I hope so. I mean, like, the chat's been disappointing me so far, so I just hope they're on point today, you know? Like I said, I want to take one shot. I don't want to take two shots. So just get one right. That's fine.
Also, Dave in here saying Nate sounded like a certified expert. Absolutely, the whole time. And I didn't mean to put this up, but now we got some presidential trivia from Come Here Now. So everyone think about this. Which country has the oldest current president? I don't know. Us, maybe?
I'll go. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. My first guess would be America. I mean, I know Biden's pretty old. He's one of the oldest presidents in American history, I believe, if not the oldest.
So that would be my guess, but I don't know what it actually is. Guys, well, the actual percentage of people that chose Amon-Ra St. Brown over Keenan Allen was 52%. Joey, you moving your guess from 62 up to 65 is a net -2 points. You are going to get 1 point for being within 15 on that one. Both of your competitors will get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under. And Josh, you just put together a near perfect round right there. You got 5 points on your poll. You correctly picked the over-under. And you got a little bit of a lead on your competitors here. But Nate, you're in the game.
Near perfect is right.
Not a single shot has been taken. Guys, there is some good news for those of you that are behind Joey and Nate because we are entering the second half of our game, which means there is a new rule in play now. Instead of just the options over and under, you now have the options way over and way under available to you. If you think your opponent's guess is very bad, specifically 15 percentage points or more away, you can choose way over or way under on the side that you think it is away. This being said, though, it is a double or nothing mechanic. So if you guess way over and they're only off by, say, 11 percentage points, you are going to get 0 points. But if they are, in fact, off by 15 percentage points or more on the side that you said, you will get 4 points instead of 2. So it's doubling down to get some points, a comeback mechanic. You don't have to do it, but it is available to you. And as
We
always,
gotta mention the queen bee.
Yeah, I forgot it at the beginning, but I'm going to mention it right now, is the queen bee rule. If you think the person's guess is exactly right, you don't want to guess over or under, you can just say I queen bee it, named after the queen bee herself, Bonnie NFL. And that will earn you 10 points whenever I'm hosting, the same as the person getting it exactly right.
Should be 15, but
Yeah. Well, whenever Josh hosts, don't question me, Josh. I'm the captain today.
I know. I'm messing around with you.
Okay, Josh, are you ready for your next poll?
I
And a reminder,
absolutely
the
am.
way overs, way unders are in play now. Okay, Josh, here is your poll. Dynasty, 12-team, Superflex, PPR. Sound familiar?
Mhm.
Side A, Matthew Stafford. Side B, Justin Fields. What percentage of people chose Matthew Stafford?
That's brutal.
It is brutal.
Joey
Like,
just laughed.
you know when polls are brutal
Genuinely
though,
laughed.
like it almost is easier. You're like, I don't even know what side I would pick. Guess what that means? It's probably pretty close, right? When it comes down to it, at least in my opinion. Look, Matthew Stafford, he's a lot more locked in. Justin Fields is the young quarterback. He's running all over the place, and if he hits, he's the better pick, really, when it comes down to it, for a dynasty league. I think typically we see Matthew Stafford gets drafted slightly higher than Justin Fields in a typical Superflex league, but they're pretty darn close, which leads me back to believing this is a close poll. So I'm just trying to decide which side I want to go on. I'm slightly tempted to just say 50% right now. I'll say 50%. I'm going to go right down the middle on this one. 50-50.
50% from
Let these
Josh.
guys decide which side they want to pick.
Well, Nate, Josh set the line right down the middle for you. You get to just pick based on which side you think won this poll. Over, under, way over, way under. Matthew Stafford, Justin Fields. What do you think here?
So I'm going to say that this was before the N'Keal Harry super signing, I'm guessing, where it didn't just pop up Justin Fields so high into the top. That is
This
hyperbole.
poll-
Of course, we don't care. It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter, no.
it
This
could be
poll's
with
from
N'Keal
Monday,
Harry.
just for some
N'Keal.
clarification.
Yeah.
I didn't
Even if
realize
N'Keal
the
Harry voted
sarcasm at
45
first for some
times.
reason.
Who was it? I think it was Justin from 14P that tweeted today, like, somehow N'Keal Harry is younger than Velus Jones, and that's the cruelest joke on the Bears fans in a while. Like they signed him over, and he's still younger than their rookie wide receiver. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
You're good. They're exactly said there. I think they got to be as close to back-to-back in dynasty rankings as anybody. So, but I'll lean Stafford and take the over of 51 plus.
Nate taking the over right there. Joey, what about you?
I would rather have Stafford, but I have a little phrase on this game, on this show. I'm here to play the game, so I'm going to play the game. And I'm going to go
Am I
under.
splitting you guys? I split you guys. I think that's the first split we've had today.
I do think it's so 50-50. I almost want to queen bee this, to be honest with you.
Scott says, Josh, you're fired. You lose all your points. Penguin here gets 29%. Dave with 42. J-Wall with 72. Scott gets him 46. Mr. Scampers with 77%. Marty guessing 35.
Polarizing poll right here.
Yeah, coming here now with 40. Dustin with 57. Albert with 63. IDP Army with 65. Pete saying 57 as well.
Man.
And Toronto Dave saying Queen Bee the 50. Yeah, this is all over the place. I'm trying to see the highest.
40-something% variance, if I saw that right.
Yeah.
You got
It's crazy.
it. That's what I was looking for right there.
Wow.
So, guys, the percentage of people that chose Matthew Stafford over Justin Fields in this poll was. This number is going to sound familiar, Josh. 57%. The same as your first
I'll
poll.
take that all day.
And you know what, Josh? I looked at it and I was like, that looks really familiar. Down to the 10th place of the decimal, it is exactly the same. Your first two polls, 57.4% on both of them.
Okay,
So that one was 57. Josh, you were going to get 3 points for correctly picking for being within 10 percentage
Did
points.
someone
on
get
that
this
one,
right?
bringing you up to 12. I did not see a correct answer in the
Dustin
chat.
got it.
57.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Good job,
Yeah.
Dustin. It's about time. Let's go.
I'll do it. I'll drink with you.
Like I said, I'm taking. I only want to take one shot, really.
Here you go.
Make me
Nate's
upset.
taking Nate's drinking with you a little bit.
Chat wins if they make me have 2 shots. Though.
And Nate,
man.
that's going to bring you up to 4, putting you into second place now. You got a little bit of catching up to do with Josh,
Wow.
but it is still anybody's game. Are you ready for
Except me.
your next poll?
Yes, sir. Joey, this is where I get it spot on. You queen bee me and you catapult to take over Josh.
Two
and
people
we
got
work
it
together.
right.
It's shake and bake style. Ready?
2 shots,
Peaked in
Josh.
high
go.
school also got it right.
It's up to you if there's a one shot per poll rule, Josh. That is
I typically do the 1 shot per poll rule. I'll take a quarter shot for you, Peak, because we missed it. You know,
because he's so cute.
yeah. You're so cute.
Nate, while
Quarter
Josh does that, here is your next poll.
Okay.
It is a dynasty league. Side A is George Kittle. Side B is Pat Fryermuth. What percentage of people chose George Kittle in this poll?
Oh man. I have, even in Dynasty, I mean, I have 3 or 4 tight ends separating the two. Got Hawk and Goddard and, Dalton Schultz. Ooh, I'm going to say 61% took Kittle.
What percentage? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
61.
61%
I hope
took
that's not
Kittle.
I'm going to stick
From
with
Nate
that. I don't
right
care.
there.
First
Final answer, Nate?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay, Joey, it's your turn. Over or under Nate's guess of 61%.
It's a good line. I'm gonna go under because I love me some Friar Tuck. So, but no, and I do think the public likes him a lot this year, for this year and for Dynasty. Kittle's kind of set some injuries. Yeah, it's under for me.
Joey taking the under.
That's
Josh,
a good line. That's a good line.
Josh, what about you?
I'm on the complete opposite end.
Okay.
I think it's going to be heavily in favor of George Kittle, not just for name factor, but like I think he's just one of the best tight ends in the league. But I know Pat Fryermuth's a lot younger. George Kittle has injury history. I'm going to take the over though.
You're taking the over on this poll, Josh. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So we've got the over from Josh, the under from Joey, and the guess of 61%.
The chat seems to be bouncing all around it, though.
I was just looking at the chat. Let's see what the chat has to say here. It's another one where they're all over it. IDP Army was 70%, coming out with 55. Dave was 77. Pang with 55. We got Marty with 64. Oh, he's correcting it to 65, though, not 55. Mr. Scampers with 81. Scott with 53. Albert with 72. Peaked with 71. Dustin with 49. And IDP saying 75, J-Wall 71, and Dame 63 on that one. Okay, guys. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose George Kittle over Pat Fryermuth in this poll was 78%.
Oh, I missed 50%.
You were 17 percentage points away, so close to within that 15. And Josh, you are going to get 2 points for correctly picking the over.
This is a hell of a game for me today, guys.
Josh, you're putting on a freaking clinic right here. This is approaching what Jordan did the other day on our show.
Yeah.
Just disgusting. 14 points for Josh,
Sorry,
4 points for Nate, 3 points for Joey so far in today's game.
It's my day today. It's my day.
Don't apologize. Play up to your competition, as they say.
I want to apologize to the people because apparently I'm out of touch with you guys, and I really need to rekindle a relationship, and I just want to apologize to all the people.
What was it? 70 what?
78. Before we move on from this one, though, I did want to ask you guys, all of you guys would so close, Dave. Are all of you guys taking George Kittle over Pat Fryermuth in Dynasty, right? That's
Joey might. I think you should ask Joey. I gave my answer already.
It's close.
It's close.
You're probably avoiding George Kittle, it sounds like, where he's getting drafted.
That might be it. That might be exactly it. Is I'm passing on the ADP of George Kittle to take Fryermuth much later.
Yeah.
So I think that's a much better explanation of where my head's at.
In a vacuum, you only get one on your team. You'd probably
in redraft. I'm taking Kittle easily. Easily. I just don't know where that drop off is for Kittle and for Pat Fryermuth, because we don't see rookie tight ends really do great in the NFL. We got lucky with 2.
Unless you're incredible like Evan Ingram. Yeah. Unless you're like one of those world Hall of Fame tight ends like Evan Ingram, it just doesn't happen your rookie year.
A tougher question may be something like George Kittle in the 6th or Freiermuth in the 9th and 10th.
Exactly.
And then it's like, then you have to evaluate ADP into that.
That's a question because the other position, the running backs, wide receivers that are going in the 6th are so much better than they are in the 9th. So that's where, if I was building a rebuilding team, no doubt in my mind, I'd rather have Pat Freiermuth.
Sure.
But if I'm competing now, it's George Kittle. So there's kind of that separation too. So.
Well, he's dead to me now because he cost me 15 points. So I will have 0 Pat Freiermuth for everybody going forward.
I like the IDP Army saying I'm a Steelers fan and I don't even like Kittle. And the answer is Kittle always. Yeah. As biased as you could be against Kittle, and the answer is still Kittle. Right
it's
there.
one of those where you're running through this poll on Twitter. It's like I couldn't click on Pat Freiermuth's name.
Well, and I think Dave highlighting the point. The point you're making, Joey, isn't saying that Freiermuth's the better fantasy option than Kittle. It's that at cost. I think what you're saying makes sense. The value makes way more sense for Freiermuth and probably has more room to rise as well.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay.
If this was question Dynasty League, who's the better value, George Kittle or Pat Freiermuth? I'd be like, who's Pat? I would lean Pat Freiermuth's side.
Yeah.
Joey, are you ready for your final poll before we get into the end?
I really got to pull
game?
these next 2 questions out of my ass, don't I? Let's go.
Okay, Joey. Here is your final poll. This is a Dynasty Superflex PPR league. Side A is Sky Moore plus a 2023 first.
What?
Side B is Drake London plus a 2023 second.
Okay.
What percentage of people would choose Sky Moore in the 2023 first?
This is actually
tough.
This is one of the most fun polls I've ever. Like this one threw me for a loop thinking through it. There's Superflex in there as well. It's Dynasty, so there's a lot going on in this one.
I'm just gonna close my eyes because I think it's really close. I do, and the picks throw me off. And the 2023 first picks are like gold right now. People love them so much. There's a big difference between Drake London and Sky Moore. There's Sky Moore. I think the Sky Moore side's gonna lose. Wait, no, I don't. 52% for Sky Moore side.
52% on the Sky Moore side, Joey.
This is tough. Yeah, let's go.
Final answer.
50.
Joey locking in it at 52% on the Sky Moore plus a 2023 first side. Josh, do you think the actual percentage is over or under Joey's guess of 52%?
Joey, it's a super flex league. It's a super flex league, meaning that 2023 first is even more valuable. The 2023 second doesn't get that much more value, in my opinion. A little bit more value, obviously. Drake London compared to Sky Moore, I'd 100% rather have Drake London, but there's a conversation just right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because Sky Moore is in the much better offense, the 2023 first is what sets apart. I kind of think of it as like a late 22 first and a 2023 first for an early 2022 first and a 2023 second. I'll take the 2 first in that scenario. I think the Sky Moore side's going to win pretty handedly. Should I just?
Yeah, you
should
should
I just?
No,
I'll go wait. No, is that giving me too many points? Like, I don't know if I'm like helping you guys or hurting you guys by doing that.
Swing for the fences, Josh. Come on.
Like, my heart's telling me to take the way over.
Follow your heart, Josh.
I'm gonna follow my heart. I'm gonna take the way over and just bury these guys.
Josh taking the way over on Joey's
Unless Nate
guess.
planned on taking the way. I mean, just take.
did.
Okay.
Don't do this for me. Don't pander to me. Don't.
Well,
No,
man,
this is
you could hedge this way by now just taking the over and guessing that it's not double because he's going to pull ahead anyways, and then that's 2-0.
And that's the only
way you're
option
going to win. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is to
That's
take
the only-
that. But you're right. Is exactly the reasons that you pointed out is why is that the first because Sky Moore. I mean Drake London to me right now. If it was just that, it would probably be 70% Drake London over Sky Moore, maybe 72%. But that first outweighs the difference in the variance, if you ask me. So I'm just going to take the over. I'm going to gain my 2 points because I trust that it wasn't more than 15. Joey has a finger on the pulse. He might not.
All right.
He had to apologize.
No,
but
I have no idea what the people.
or Nate, you could take the way under and double.
No, I can't.
down
Wow.
and just-
I want points.
You can.
I could.
could.
Yeah, I could. But I need.
Or you could queen bee. I'm just kidding. Let's just name all the
Number
things you could
5,
do.
skip
that
follow
would
your
score
heart.
points.
I
Is
love
there
that.
any
I love
other
that.
options I can do?
Yeah. You know what,
Somehow,
Mr. Scampers, this is truly all you need to do. Marco embodied this on the show yesterday. Rule number 5, follow your heart. And what's your heart telling you here, Nate? Is it going to be the The
Yeah, it was
over.
great yesterday with Mark.
Oh, my heart is just a pure strategy side of this. Aside from, I take my heart out of this. My heart's stupid. It's my brain that I want to follow.
His heart was going with the way over, if we're being honest.
Heart was going, my brain, both were. But I'm going to take just the regular over.
Okay, so we've got Joey at 52%, Nate with the over, Josh with the way over, and we got a lot of guesses in the chat here. We've got Scott with 68%, Mr. Scambers with 88. We've got Peng with 64, Dave with 44.
Yay,
John,
Dave.
what's up, my man? John, welcome in 90%.
90%.
IDP with 65%, Mr. Scampers with 85, coming now with 59, Dame with 50, Pete with 61, Albert with 75, J-Wall with 49%, coming here now with 62. My mom in the chat saying she's Queen Bee in it. She loves your guess, Joey.
Thanks, man, Joe.
Coming here now with 62, Dustin with 66.
Real fast,
And,
a point towards Joey's side is that the names in this trade, Drake London, Sky Moore, it just might be like, oh, I see Drake London in this trade. And some
I see London. I see.
exactly. I see skies. I see Joey's underpants.
There we go. Perfect. You guys ready to find out the actual answer of this poll?
Yeah. See you, Simon.
Oh, sorry, something happened there. I don't know what happened to my camera.
You are
guys. The
frozen
actual
still.
percentage of people.
Okay, there, you're good. You're good now. You're good now.
The actual percentage of people that chose Sky Moore in the 2023 first in this poll was 64%.
Wait.
Peng got it
That's not good for me.
exactly right. It is 64%, which is only 12 percentage points over, which means Josh is going to get nothing.
You got a shot now to win this
going
game.
to get 2
And you got a
points.
shot to take. So there we go. Even better.
Joey.
See what I did there?
Joey, you are going to get 1 point for correctly being within 15. So Josh is in fact the only one that does not score here. Josh, you're going to stay at 14. Nate, that's going to move you up to 6. And Joey, that is going to put you up to 4 points, making it technically possible for you to be the winner of this game, Joey. If you get the last one exactly right, you tie Josh, at which point we go into a tiebreaker question.
And same for Nate. If Nate gets it spot on in the last one, he actually just wins flat out, So both of you guys have to be accurate.
Accuracy. Let's go.
This last one, you guys are going to have to get it exactly right. But shout out to Davis for getting that one right. And
I'm ready.
I don't want to
Nate,
give
you got
too much
something to write
away,
on?
but oh yeah, Nate, do you have a pen and paper by any chance, or your phone that you can use?
Oh yeah, no, I prepared.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and pull up our final poll of the game, and this poll might look familiar to someone specific in our chat who's always hanging out and playing games with us. You're on the clock, and these are the only starting QBs on the board. This exact question. These are the words that they posted. Who are you taking? Side A, Baker Mayfield. Side B, Davis Mills. Side C, Carson Wentz. Side D, Jared Goff. What percentage of people said Baker Mayfield in this poll?
When was this poll?
I'm gonna get out of the comments just in case, I see someone, the person you're talking about in our chat, knows. They're like, oh yeah, I know it was this. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you when this poll was posted in a little bit.
Before or after the trade, basically.
Baker Mayfield trade. It was.
I'm guessing this was after the trade.
Okay.
Our polls are always within the last 7 days.
Yeah.
And I think that was.
I don't trust Simon, so.
They should be, right, Simon?
Yes, I do not find polls more than 7 days old. I just wanted to find the exact date, July 9th. So this happened on Saturday.
5 days
this
ago,
poll was posted.
And the clock. Oh man, this is tough.
And the question was phrased in there. They're the only starting QBs on the board. So this was after Baker got traded as well.
And I need to have a percentage for each one that obviously.
No, just for Baker.
If you break it down yourself, if you want to have a percentage for each one, that's fine. But we're only going for side A.
Oh, gotcha.
We're looking for Baker's percentage.
Oh,
but it sometimes does help to break it down a little bit, being I think Davis Mills got this, Carson Wentz probably got that, Jared Goff this. There's a number that keeps popping into my mind.
And also, guys, we have direct from the source. Oops. I mean, you can see that. Doesn't matter. Direct from the source. This was posted after the trade. It was Peng.
This
is
awesome.
Peng's poll, not just Peng's poll. Or not just his picks.
Peng's
we got his
picks
poll
and
on the
polls.
show today.
Yeah. We got it. We got all of this stuff here.
Peng's poll on the fantasy football game show.
All right, Joey, we need to be exactly right here.
Oh, I'm exactly right. I remember this.
So, how about
It's like, oh, man,
18%?
Oh, I'll ask you guys to reveal your answers in like about 5 seconds. Give everybody a moment. We'll give you guys a second.
Thought you
to
both
come
had.
up
I
with this.
apologize.
No,
you're
we're
totally
going to
good.
all write our answers down and then reveal them at the same time.
I am so confident in this question that if I get it wrong, I'll give JL his job back.
Like,
Because
if you
I'm
get it
exactly
not
right.
exactly
My
right.
heart originally told me.
I'm exactly right. So I'll give JL his job back if I get it wrong.
Did you see this poll recently, like before we got on
I
or
don't
something?
stand a chance of winning, so that's why I said that. So
Okay.
JL
You
can have
stand
his
a
job
chance
back.
at
So I
winning.
feel bad. Wait, I do. Oh, JL, sorry.
Okay,
Sorry about
guys.
blurting out
Does
the
everyone
answer
have their
before.
answers written down?
Yes.
Josh, I see you still writing.
I guess I'll go with this. This was what my heart was telling me. And it worked. No, it didn't work last time.
Okay, Joey, since you're in last place, I'm going to have you reveal your answer first. 76%
Wow.
from Joey. Joey said
Gonna be
76. Nate, you're up next. What did you put here?
Whoa. I almost want to turn mine upside down. Shit, I only said 18%.
You're gonna have
18%
some
from
wiggle
Nate.
room. I'll tell you that much.
I
Nate.
mean,
You're gonna have a little bit of wiggle room. Joey has the most wiggle room, but I'm gonna go with.
Did I
36.
misunderstand the question? Okay.
36.
No, I think maybe-
No,
from
that
I
just
Josh.
shows my. Maybe I'm
so.
higher
So
on-
if we break this down, it's gonna be 33, 33, 33, 33. No, that would be
25,
25, 25, 25. And but no, I did still think about it that way. I think Baker's going to be
Yeah.
at the top. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll
I
see.
think all these quarterbacks are relatively similar. So
I know.
Well, guys, we
Yeah.
have a lot of guesses in the chat. J-Wall with 29%, Dave with 18, Pete with 30, Scott with 14, coming now with 42, Dame with 35, said, oops, 28, Albert with 33, Scampers with 33, John with 58%, Dustin with 20, Alex with 19. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose Baker Mayfield in this poll was 19%. Nate, it breaks my heart. You were 1 percentage point away from absolutely stealing this game from Josh, but that is still going to give you 5 points here in the final round, bringing you up to
but you
11.
made it close, man. You made it
That
real
is the
close.
half-court buzzer beater that spins around the rim and then comes on out.
What was the
Incredible,
breakdown?
I can give you the breakdown real quick.
That would have been
in a
my
moment.
most disappointing loss I've probably ever had.
Oh my
on this
God,
show,
Nate.
by the way.
Oh,
And
whatever
if
you
you hit
said
that
it
spot
to me,
on,
when you said that, I was like, oh, I think that's it. I think that's right. And then I went to go check and I was like, no.
I think Joey would have been in Hawaii. Would have been just
JL, you
rounding
got
it
your
up,
job back.
chilling.
that was
Sorry,
awesome.
I
That
ruined
was
it.
awesome.
And Peng letting you know, Baker was last place in the poll. Actually.
That's
Wow.
people.
So the breakdown-
I don't know the people. That's it. I
Davis
just don't know the
Mills.
people.
Davis Mills was first with 34.7%. Jared Goff was second with
Oh.
24.2. Carson Wentz was third with 21.9. Baker Mayfield fourth with 19.3. So really, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield were all pretty close. They were sandwiched together. Davis Mills was the only one that really separated himself in that
Davis
poll.
Mills
But
separated.
Davis
himself.
Mills separated himself.
I wonder if there's a chance that the percentage still don't or still believe that there's actually a quarterback competition between Darnold and Mayfield, and they don't want to gamble
I
on
think a lot of people do.
Carolina making a stupid decision because
Did
clearly,
someone get it spot on?
but that's
Has anybody ever seen Sam Darnold throw a
Fucking
football?
Dave.
Like
Fucking
there's Simon, back me up on this. Baker Mayfield's a franchise quarterback.
I truly do think
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield can be a franchise quarterback. A franchise, he's not a
Yeah.
plug and play in any franchise kind
You
of
guys
guy,
got
like
me
maybe
a
like a
little
Justin
tipsy.
Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. But I think given a franchise willing to build around him, play to his strengths, he's a franchise kind of guy. I don't think Sam Darnold is.
I mean, Baker. Oh, man,
And
people,
John
I love
saying
you,
it
but-
confounds me. People legitimately forget that Baker was actually. People get so excited about hating people that like Baker that they forget that like there's a reason some people liked him. He set the rookie touchdown record whenever he came into the league, and he's been decent. Now, that's again. it's
Baker
Josh
Mayfield's
going
a better quarterback than Davis Mills.
Yes.
And
And Baker has a much better supporting cast. Let me just double check.
they
Than
hate for
any
Baker's-
of these guys down here right now.
They hate's real though. They hate's real. Like
Well,
out of all
the-
these,
the
Carson
love-
Wentz, I would say Carson Wentz hates it maybe a little bit more. maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, on this
It's a
shit.
different kind of hate. It's a different kind of vitriol sent his way. It seems
People
to
are
be
like,
mostly-
Carson Wentz is just dumb, like almost. It's like he makes bad decisions, and he does.
Yes,
And that's
he
his
does
problem.
make. I mean, here I am on FYF.
So,
not.
I guess that's my question for you guys. Of these guys, real quick, last rapid fire question before we go. You have to pick one of these guys to start for your redraft team next season. So you're only
Fantasy
drafting one of
football?
these guys. Fantasy football.
For
Fantasy
Dynasty
football.
or of
Redraft. Just
Okay,
one
you said that.
season. Who's it going to be of these 4 guys?
Let's see who I've projected for the highest amount of points, because I think that's probably the fairest way to go.
Nate, what do you think? Well,
I
Josh
actually
is
haven't
looking at
fully
that?
built out.
Despite the 18%, I probably would lean to Baker just because, exactly like you guys just said, I think the weapons around between DJ Moore, another year of Terrace Marshall. Obviously, if McCaffrey's healthy, it's that offense could just have a potential to generate percentage points more than any of the other 3, Houston, Washington, or Detroit. But it's hard to say that following up an 18% vote that I just cast, which was stupid.
You're 1 percentage
So
point away.
mad.
Joey, what about
It's the
you? Which
worst
one of
loss.
these
I
guys are you?
don't. I don't think I've ever disagreed with a poll perception poll result this much. Like, I like Davis Mills, but for me, it's Baker. 10 out of 10. Like, I don't. It's not even a question for me. He's got a better supporting cast around him. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Panthers defense in the first half of the season before the injuries came through wasn't terrible. Like, I don't know. It's Baker.
And they added to it.
Yeah.
The defense got better.
Josh,
I
what
love
do you
that
think?
he said
I haven't done my Baker projections yet, and it's reminded me of something that I have to work on probably right after the show. But all these guys are bottom 7 quarterbacks for me. Every single one of them for redraft next year. Carson Wentz is currently the one I've ranked the highest. Baker probably would be right around Carson Wentz. I'll take Baker.
Josh,
It's
I was
Carson or
gonna
Baker
say,
for me.
Yeah, that was going to be my exact answer. Words out of my mouth. Carson or Baker. I don't mind the supporting cast that Carson Wentz has there in Washington with Terry. Then they added Dotson as well, and Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick. Like that's a fairly good cast there. So I'm fine with Wentz as well.
Having said that, Carson Wentz is my quarterback 25.
Whoa, gross.
I don't,
guys. On that note, that is our last poll for today. Nate, you were literally 1 percentage point away from pulling this W out, but 11 points is a damn
Thank you
good
for missing
showing.
it, Nate.
Thank you so much for coming on today and playing with us, my man. We really appreciate it.
This is the most disappointing loss I've ever taken. I would rather have had 0 or 1, which is not true. I'd never rather get blown out. I'd always rather still put on a show. Maybe I'll get asked back.
Thank
Redemption.
you for the donation, by the way.
Yeah, Nate,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The redemption arc is what we're all about here. So we got to get you back on.
We got to
Make
get
sure
you
you
back
can
on, Nate.
get a shot at taking
Awesome
Josh
guest.
down.
Awesome guest, Nate.
Thank you.
I want you back
Thank
And
on.
you know,
I
maybe
want to beat you
we'll
again.
maybe we'll bring you on for Jeopardy and throw an IDP category in there just to throw some of these other guys for a loop, Nate. We got IDP Army, and you're saying great show, guys, and thank you so much. That means a ton. Guys, that is going to be it for us this afternoon. Congrats to Josh on the W. Another big thanks to Nate for joining us. And everybody watching, if you're not already following our friend Nate, go and follow him right now on Twitter at Nate Markham, right there below his beautiful face, and a reminder of why you should follow him, the top 5 fantasy pros accuracy right there on the screen. After you do that, guys, if you're watching this video and you enjoyed what we did here today, make sure you like it and subscribe to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It means more to us than you could ever know. We get together on a call every night and count our blessings and count our subscribers one by one. So it's all we really got going for us. That's going to be it for us this afternoon, though, guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun. Until then, we're out of here. Adios, everybody.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Let's go.
Bye. Woo!